we saw these competitions or these companies that were almost dying. Okay, it was that serious, Mike. Okay, I mean, it wasn't really intended to be harmful. It's just that we were smart, you know. We took away some of these companies about 90% of their revenue. Imagine, in no more than 1 year, you were there with taking 90% of their business. Right. How the story moved from BTAT to another entity. I had to take a wise and ethical yet beneficial decision on how do I want to deal with that. Okay, I can either tell them I don't care. Okay, I'll do it myself, and I can, or find a way where I can preserve their dignity and yet they come back with the same volume of business through me. Okay? Now, to work directly with BTAT was an absolute big no for a lot of reasons. For legal reasons, for technical reasons, and for so on. So I shifted almost 50% of my procurement business, that is standard, which these companies worked at, to Hasub. Okay, I said, you're my procurement arm in that area, okay, for my project. You go items from me on a market price. I will not favor you on anyone. So Hasub, you give me the best price, I will check for other prices. If you are higher, I'm going to take the other one, although you're my company. So look what I did here. I made my company, Hasub, stronger in the way they pursue an aggressive deals, and they strive to get the deals, not easy deal, not just because daddy's here is going to give me the deal. No, you have to give me a competitive price or you're out. Okay, on top of that, you have to build up these other ex-competition companies below your umbrella, where you source the material from them in also a competitive way. So they have to give you the best prices as well. The problem, Mike, is always, and this is something that any leader has to be very careful in how he presents the idea. My vision was 10 years ahead. It wasn't at that time. I was seeing something different than what these guys were seeing at the time. What I did is the following. I wanted these companies that were, you know, these, we said 1, 2, 3, these third layer companies, 30 years of experience in the market, right? 30 years with exposure with their partners in the US or in Europe or in Japan or whatever. I wanted to take all of that into my control. So these guys started working under Hasub, right? And both companies, Hasub and these guys, started to open because of the strict conditions on the pricing and the delivery time and so on. They said, okay, maybe this project we can work with BT, maybe not. So we have to have, and they have mandates to deliver in terms of revenue and budget and compliance, otherwise they'll be fried. So they started opening other doors in the market, right? Both Hasub and these guys. In 2-3 years' time, these companies, including Hasub, imagine in 3 years, they started to reject orders from BT. We're sorry, we cannot bid on that project. We're overwhelmed. We're busy. Okay, so they don't need daddy anymore. They're big boys. So the partnership between them and Hasub opened for them both big market domination in the region, not only in Saudi, in the region. They started selling together here and there. They started to increase their prices wisely. They started to make much more profits and so on. So the relationship between that was a struggle, and they were looking at me as an enemy. When they were with me in BT, I started to be their best friend and their best partner when it was in Haswi.